All right, well, happy Monday to everybody. Happy New Year. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone. Um, Today's spotlight is Angie Tang with First American Title. So without further ado, hand it over to Angie Tang.
Thanks, Ruben. Hi, Peter. Hi, CBG.
Hi.
Happy New Year. 新年快乐. Just wanted to talk about First American and myself. I've been in the title industry for over 20 years. Before that, I actually worked in the escrow side. So I did a lot of ordering of payoffs, opening title. I did a lot of filing and all that stuff. So I've been in the real estate sector for a really long time. I actually started in real estate when I was 16. So it's been a few decades there. I've seen all the gamut, all the real estate side. So now I've been doing title for 20 years. I'm with First American Title. We have the strength and stability to ensure your title transactions. We've been getting a lot of claims, like I've been telling you guys over and over again. There's been so many more claims. I don't know what's happening, but when there's a challenging marketplace, claims seem to come up a little bit more. So keep in mind, First American is over 1 billion in claim reserve. So there's always enough money to make sure that we honor and take care of our policies and our clients. So I wanted to talk really briefly about FinCEN. So there's a lot of new regulations coming in effect. So the Treasury is releasing some new proposed rules for all cash Lux sales. So anything over, I believe it depends right now what's going to be, but it's usually above, I think it's above $2 or $3 million. But this is going to be for all single family homes. It's been in effect already. So sometimes when you order a listing prelim from me, you'll see that it might say GTO or FinCEN. So FinCEN it means the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement. So sometimes cannot close a file because it's attached to FinCEN. So if it has to go through FinCEN, an extra documentation like forms need to be filled out. Title will send it to the government to see if it's released. And if they say, yes, go ahead, then that's when title and escrow can move forward with the closing. If FinCEN says no, then that means we can't not close because the government is not allowing to close, which can potentially mean that usually means that there's an issue with the owners. So there was one escrow company, an independent escrow that was trying to close a file, and they found out that was trying to sell his home. All his assets were frozen because he was being investigated for what's it called? What was it? Human trafficking.
Wow.
And so all of his, yeah, it was insane. I was like, ugh. So obviously, the broker, once the agent found out, dropped it like really quickly. He didn't want to touch it anymore. He didn't even want to talk to the seller because this guy is, he's not a very honorable human trafficking. So when you see the broken down prelim, you're going to see FinCEN. A lot of people ask me what that is and why there's an extra step involved in clearing title. Then there's another one that's also called GTO, which goes hand in hand. So what GTO is, it just stands for Residential Real Estate Geographic Targeting Order. And this is for individuals or entities that have some sort of a suspicious activity report or SAR that has been filed on their ownership of the property. So these are all the things that we look at to make sure that once we do a transaction, we're doing it in the best way possible to protect all individuals, including the agents, the office, ourselves, your buyers, your sellers, to make sure that if something should happen, we're here to make sure that the claim gets resolved. And if something is potentially a problematic file, we will let the clients know, like, hey, this is not going to pass FinCEN or this is going to pass GTO. There's, some other issues with LLCs, money laundering type of transactions or fraud. There may be like some individuals that are signing off a grant deed and it's not notarized correctly, or the signatures don't look correct. So when title comes back and gives you some sort of questions about certain files, it's not because we're trying not to close the file. It's just so that we can protect all parties in the transaction. And the last thing you want to do is go to litigation because we're trying to close a file and everyone's trying to push. Because ultimately, if something like that happens, it comes back and it's going to bite you in the butt, because litigation and going to court is going to be much more expensive than just trying to get a new transaction and closing it correctly. So we're here to help protect and close and secure your files. reach out. Thank you.
Angie, what are
Thank
some
you,
of the-
Ruben, for my, Huh?
Angie, that's nice and sweet presentation. What are some of the violations of FinCEN? You know, for example, the BSA violations and or proof of fund.
well, they don't really tell us when FinCEN
Yeah.
like doesn't want to close. They don't really tell
Oh.
us. The only reason how I knew that one was human trafficking was
Mhm.
because the escrow company was being a little bit, you know, they were prying a little bit more, asking for information from the government. But usually they won't tell us if it's got flagged for FinCEN and we can't close. So it's just they usually try not to tell us, but it's usually something fraudulent, like they're, you know, human trafficking, drugs, I don't know, money laundering, all types of things. So, you know, it's a really sticky thing. You really don't want to know too much about that stuff. But that's the government. They prefer not to tell us because they're doing the investigative work to try to catch them.
So how much cash can you put in escrow?
So
for
it's for all cash. So if it's an all cash transaction being done by an LLC, a trust, not a trust, let me see, hold on. It's all cash individuals that are holding as a legal entity, a shell company, or a trust. And that includes single family homes, vacant land, or zoned for single family properties or co-ops. So all of those things will usually trigger the FinCEN to ask. They don't want to tell us all of the information because they're trying to, you know, try to catch these people without giving them too much information to flag a file. So they're usually really secretive about what flags a file. But ultimately, if it's all cash and they're holding it in some sort of an entity, that's when they usually will ask for an extra documentation, and then we submit it to the government and wait for them to give the okay to us. So that usually can hold up the file in closing because we're now, you know, waiting for the government to give it. And government, as you know, they have no rush. They just take their time. But usually takes about a week or so, if that.
So how much
But just to be aware.
how much personal cash can you bring it to the escrow and not violate the FinCEN?
That I don't know, but it's just for all cash transactions. So if you're just putting like money as a down, like the down payment or whatever, that wouldn't flag it. It's only if the whole property you're buying is all cash. So
Okay.
the moment there's no lender and it's over like I think it's like $2 or $3 million, then it gets flagged.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they're thinking about adding next year, or actually this year by February. They're thinking they're going to include commercial real estate market. They're going to include that marketplace too, so that there's less, you know, fraud and all that stuff. So just some new information. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out. And if you want to read the article too, I can give you the article. It's I forget where, from my company. They issued an article. They pulled it from the news. So they send us like little articles to read up on so that we can be informed to bring you guys knowledge.
Yeah, it's a big thing in the banking industry too, right, Andrew?
Angie, just to clarify, this is not for individuals, is just for corporations and LLCs?
Yeah,
what, actually,
yeah.
the
So
basic
it's legal
rule, actually,
entities.
yeah, I'm sorry, to interrupt you. For banking, if you deposit any amount over $3,000 cash over the counter, you'll be automatically, you know, reported or, you know, locked in basically. All right. If you deposit or withdraw any amount over $10,000 per day, it doesn't matter how many banks you go to whatsoever, you'll be reported as well. And the bank does not require to inform you that your transaction will be recorded or be reported. You know what I'm saying? So, so if you go in the bank, if you want to buy a cashier check, any bank instrument over $3,000, the bank will ask you to deposit into the account. If you don't have an account with the bank, the bank will refuse to do that for you, just for your information. All right. It's been, I mean, FinCEN, we've been dealing with FinCEN for many years. So, and again, just let you know ahead of time.
Angie, do you have that article in digital format, or is it just paper?
Yeah. No, it's digital. I just printed it out because I knew I would be in the car. So I can forward that over to you. Yeah, I'll send that over.
Okay.
So it's good to know.
And I'll send it out to all our agents, just some food for thought and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Good. Good information, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Have a good day,
welcome.
guys.
All right,
Mhm.
let's move on to Sandy Franco, the other counterpart for First American.
You see me wearing my Kansas City shirt? My team won. My, actually, I'm a
Congratulations.
Rams fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm a true blue Rams fan, but I actually have the leggings, the whole 9 yards. My team won, people. I'm wearing it all week. So we had a great class last week. If you weren't there, I sent Ruben the instructions on how to set up your online account. Do it so you can take advantage of the personalized marketing materials that are free. It doesn't get better than free, and we'll ship them to you for free. To your house, to your office, you choose. All still free. And if you want door hangers or things for door knocking, I am super happy to oblige your request. I can bring them to your office. I can mail them to you. I have door hangers. I have baggies. Weather is beautiful. Now is the time to go out and meet everybody in your farm. And First American is here to help. Angie will fine tune your farm, and Brandon and I have the stuff that you need to go out into your farm. So I'll put my info into chat. And if you see me out in the territory this week, it's going to be like this. I'm a winner. Have a great day, everyone.
All right, Sandy, thank you. Let's move on to Glen Oaks Escrow. Good morning. I think Jacqueline and Betty.
Hi, good morning. Betty and Jacqueline here at Glen Oaks Escrow in San Marino. Just want to wish everybody a happy Lunar New Year. And yesterday's game, what a game, right? Overtime, super exciting. Although I was rooting for the other team that lost. Anyways, but if you have any questions in regards to escrow or need any assistance, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, Jackie and Betty. All right, let's move on to Keaton. Good morning, Keaton. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. I hope all is well. I'm doing just fine. A little sleepy. I stayed up a little late after last night's game, but fighting now. But recently I've been having lots of success in the commercial property space. There's two issues that everyone's still having, and I've been able to solve. The first being age of building for commercial habitational buildings like apartment buildings or condominiums. The new age limit for buildings is 1990. Standard carriers won't write anything older than that. If the building is any older than that, you're going to get a non-renewal notice. And I do have exclusive markets that are still writing these older buildings. But for commercial buildings that don't have habitational purposes like offices and shopping centers, the age limit is around 1985. But again, I also have exclusive markets that'll write older buildings, 1960s, sometimes 1940s. And the other issue that everyone in the state of California is having is wildfire exposure. I've been able to provide solutions regarding brush exposure for everyone who come to me so far. I know that brush is less of a concern for you all since we aren't in a very high exposed area. But if you get up into La Cañada or Altadena, it becomes much more of a concern. So be on the lookout. But other than that, thank you guys for your time and hope everyone has a good week.
Keaton, was there any progress with the insurance commissioner regarding the insurance crisis?
Honestly, I don't know if his campaign is looking great. A lot of people in the insurance world want him gone. Things need to change, and I'm not really sure he's in like a change mindset. He's kind of just comfortable where he's at, and I don't think the election is going to be looking good for him. So, but it could be a good thing. So,
I see. Okay, thank you.
Out with the old and in with the new, right? All right, let's move on. Andrew, good morning.
Hi, morning, Ruben. Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. Happy Chinese New Year. And again, I forgot I want to add on to the cash into escrow. The reason being because when the FISA is want to make sure to prevent money laundering, and that's a most important part of the FISA and of the BSA issue here and there is to prevent money laundering. Okay. Back to the bank. Right now we have restarted the non-QM mortgage loans. So basically, with the pretty much the same documentation required, no tax return, no pay stubs. Just under 3 rules: 1 FICO score must be minimum 680 or higher, without prior history of severe credit histories, including BK, including delinquencies or or continued late payments, especially to mortgage loans. And number 2, we need 2 years of basically employment history. If self-employed, like Peter himself, we just need a company, an article, SOI, EIN, and also the statements confirms the owner. And if you're working individual, okay, and just basically have a company or employer to issue a employment letter for 2 years to confirm your name, your current title position, and also length of employment, and no salary on that, on that verification form. And lastly, we need to have a 2-month bank statement to verify your source of down payment plus 1 year reserve in account. And reserve can be verified through regular checking, savings, CD, IRA, 401k, stock, and mutual fund accounts, including cash on life insurance as well. They can use a part of reserve. Okay, other than that, that's all we need to process our mortgage loan share. And also, we are also doing commercial and SBA as usual. So give me a call. My info is in the chat room. All right, I'm here to help you in the way I can. And actually, matter of fact, thank you to Camilla, who asked me to her open house about 2 weeks ago. I was able to attend her open house in San Gabriel from 2 to 4. And I met a couple of friends over there too, customers too, and we'll be in close contact. So hopefully, they can give me a call when they need to apply for mortgage loans. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for that information. Let's move on to Nicole. And Nicole, I know you're feeling a little sad today because the 49ers lost, right?
Yes, I am, especially my husband. He's
Look
a
at
diehard
Sandy.
49ers fan. Good morning, everyone. Happy Lunar New Year. Gong hei fat choi, gong si fat sai. To those of you that are celebrating, we wish you good health, happiness, and prosperity. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Just want to remind you, if you're working with buyers and you're trying to figure out what the future estimated taxes will be for their property taxes, that's something that you can pull from our Fidelity Passport system. If you need a refresher, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help. And also wanted to let you know that we do also have ADUs now available. So if you're searching for properties that have ADUs, those have been added to our Passport and our Fidelity Total Farm programs as well. Always here to help. Look forward to working with you and helping you guys grow your business. Have a fantastic day. And when you're writing your offers, remember, Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title. Thank you.
Nicole, don't feel too bad. I was rooting for 49ers too, and I lost.
I know. I said it's
I mean,
fixed.
they could have won. I mean, last minute, my God.
I know. Huge upset.
Yeah.
Low scoring game too.
Yeah. But it was exciting.
Yes. Thank you for allowing
Thank
us
you.
to be here today. Thank you.
All right, Nicole, thank you so much. All right, John Wax, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Chinese New Year. I just want to say, I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. It was exciting. Halftime show was good. And all the highlights and everything. But, it's hard. Like they say, don't count out Mahomes, as they're always saying. Just like don't count out John Wax. I've got you covered, right? I've got you covered. The property tax estimator right on our website. In seconds, you can see what the supplemental taxes on any property in California. We do have the free lease report to help you with your leases. It is required, an NHD flood zone only report for those. Also, you can take your reports with you on your listing appointments. Set yourself apart. You only pay if it closes. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll cancel the report. The other thing, you want to help give your clients more information and show your value on our website. And I'll put it in the chat. On our website, at the very bottom, there are two toggles. Click on one of them, you get the blog. On blog, you get a bunch of information that can help you with your clients and information regarding fire, flood, earthquake, fault, seismic hazard, what's going on with the insurance industry, many different tools and informations that can help you with your clients and you can use to send out to your social media. And then the other one is, it says resources. Under the resource page, we have the booklets, and currently it's in English and Spanish, but you can get to them right on our website, download them to your hard drives, and you're able to have those available and send them out to the parties that need those. It's very important to have that stuff at your fingertips. Another thing is the FHDS card form is complicated. That's where I come in. I'm an expert in it. I can help you fill it out and ease you and your clients through it so they understand what their responsibilities are, as well as how to fill it out properly, and you can close your escrows on time. And then lastly, I just want to make sure that you're not secret agents. Remember, when you go out there in public, always wear your badges. Have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. Let's have a great end to February, and happy Valentine's as well. I hope you enjoy that day and have a wonderful week. We have a dry week, so take advantage of it. Door knock, go and be visible. Go to association meetings, go to club meetings, anything in your area, even your Chamber of Commerce. That's a great way to get business. Thank you so much.
All right, John, thank you for all of your information. I think that is the last of our.
Ruben, I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unita,
Okay, let me call you back when I'm in a meeting right now.
you popped in a little late. Okay, Unita,
Yeah, sorry.
go
Well,
for it.
hi everybody. Good morning. This is Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America. Sorry, I'm not showing my face. I do have a cough, so just want to make sure. Stay dry, and thank you again for all your continued support. If you do need marketing material, we're here to help you. We do have a new brochure, so please take a look at it. And if you need to write an RPA, please make sure you put Home Warranty of America and the correct amount for the home warranty. We do have the roof leak repair, pool and spa add-on as add-on. So if you do have those items in the house, please make sure you put them as an add-on. And as far as 49ers, Peters and Nicole, my husband from the Bay Area, so we're rooting for 49ers, but Sandy is laughing because Sandy knows she's a winner right now. Well, thank you again, everybody, and wishing you guys a happy New Year as well. A happy Lunar New Year's and happy Valentine's Day. Thank you.
Feel better, Unita.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Unita, and all our affiliates. Remember, our affiliates are here to help you, so contact them, use their tools, use their expertise, and grow your business, okay? There is some rain in the forecast sometime in the next, I think next weekend, so take advantage of our sunny California. It's supposed to warm up to about 70, 75 tomorrow. So get out there, mingle, talk to people, because that's the only way you're going to stay top of mind, you know, prospect. Couple birthday shout outs to Jonathan Sue, Oscar Castrellon, and Yolanda Oroz. Enjoy your birthday week, okay? Just a reminder, this Friday we will not be having training due to next Monday being President's Day. Peter, are we having a meeting next Monday?
No.
So there won't be a Monday meeting next week as well. If there was one scheduled with an affiliates, I'll readjust that schedule. So I'll send out an email to all the affiliates. The caravans, they're gaining momentum again. So please get out there, mingle with the other agents, see what the other agents are doing, how they got their listing. So it's a good way just to get out there, get exposure, okay? There's a lot of buyers out there too. Stay focused, stay positive, keep your mindset number one, okay? And then additionally, just because we're not having training this Friday doesn't mean that you don't have the capabilities of learning. Coldwell Banker University, that's located in your CB desk. There's a tile says CBU or Coldwell Banker University. There's an abundance of classes, recordings, and you could also register to live upcoming training sessions. And there's a bunch of different variety of topics. So you just choose which ones you want to learn on, refine your knowledge, and yeah, please access that. Okay, that's on Coldwell Banker University. Just want to remind our agents that there are 2 referral programs out there, one on a brokerage level, one on a corporate level. So if you know of any agents that are looking to make a move or are not happy at their brokerage, please send them my way or send them Doug's way so we can have a chat with them. Lastly, I want to remind our agents that we do have a brand new session every first Thursday of every month. That's a brainstorming Thursday. It's at 3 p.m. here in Alhambra Training Center. This is not virtual. It's not going to be streamed. It's in person only, okay? You have the ability to come talk to Peter, myself, Michelle, perhaps even Doug, and just collaborate, get new ideas, brainstorm, success stories, whatever. It's an open forum for 1 hour every first Thursday of every month, okay? So the next one will be the first Thursday of March. So let me hand it over to Doug for his new business in Arcadia. Doug, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I see Sandy is wearing red today, celebrating Kansas City, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And so also I want to wish everybody happy Valentine's Day. In addition to the great training that Ruben's talking about, don't forget to go to CRMLS. They have like 20 or 30 classes every single month that have to do with things, you know, in the MLS and also outside training and stuff. So be sure to go to those. Lots of training available, you guys. So we had a great listing month here in Arcadia. We had 28 listings last month. And I think, well, I'm going to blame it on Chinese New Year. This last week got a little bit quiet, but we do have a couple of listings here I want to tell you about. Alden Lai has got a lease on First Avenue in Arcadia, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, $43.80 a month. Alma Aguilar, who's here on the call, she has got a great listing, 3-bedroom, 1-bath on Pamela Road in Monrovia. She just turned that one in, and congratulations, Alma, on that one. Sales, okay, we did a little better on sales than on listings. In Merced, you know, we do have a California license, so you can sell property anywhere in California. In Merced, we have a 7-Eleven sold by Nick Borelli. The selling price is $5,288,000. Also in Hemet, another 7-Eleven that Nick sold, $5,930,000. So congratulations to Nick on that. Shirley Guerrera, who is a brand new grandma. She's back in Boston taking care of her granddaughter for a short while, but still working. She double-ended a lease on Richwood and El Monte, $2,500 a month. Alma Aguilar came in again with a lease on La Cadena in Arcadia, $3,500 a month. Helen Lee did a lease in Pasadena on Marengo, $3,000 a month. And just this morning, Jimmy and Juan, who are both on this call, are turning in a new sale. They're listing on Folsom in LA. They sold it for $645,500. And our commission to our company is 4%, even though somebody else sold it. Great job, Jimmy and Juan. Great job. That's it in Arcadia. I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day and continue to celebrate New Year's for the next 2 weeks. And we'll see you then. Take care.
Thank you, Doug. Where's Ruben?
What Ruben?
Ruben.
Peter, maybe you better talk for a minute, huh?
I got it.
There he is. There he is.
There we go. Sorry.
There he is.
Great job, Doug. And all the agents in Arcadia. You guys can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Sorry, had a little technical issue there. All right, new listings in Alhambra. Karina Pang has a listing in Rosemead for, I'm sorry, it's a lease listing in Rosemead for $3,500 a month. Carlos Ruiz has a listing in Palm Springs for $204,000. I didn't think those existed anymore, but I guess they do. $204,000. It's in Palm Springs, but still $204,000. That's affordable and stuff. And then Shoemaker has 2 commercial leases, both in Monterey Park. One for $13,500 and another one for $4,600. So congratulations. We have 5 new sales, 5 new escrows. The first one is Stephen Trang. He has a new escrow in Alhambra for it doesn't have the price.
1.468.
Yeah, I didn't get a list. I didn't get a list from, you have that information, Peter?
Yeah, I do.
Can you,
Sure. Okay. This one is from Stephen Trent for property in 308 South Atlantic Avenue in Monterey Park, 1.468 million. He's the listing agent. And the second one is 2815 Sierra Canyon Way in the Hacienda Heights by Justin Chow. He's also the listing agent. The third one is 3990 Concord Street in Ontario by Janet and by James and Sophia. Sorry, it's a lease for $440,684. Pretty good lease. And then you have 419 Chandler Avenue, number 301 by Nina Xu for $615,000. And Nina is the listing agent. It's a condo in the Monterey Park. And the last but not the least is 11545 South Street in Cerrito by Shimei Cam, 256,188 as a commercial lease. And she is the selling agent. Okay, that's it.
all right, thanks, Peter. Appreciate it, because I didn't have that data on me.
Okay.
The floor is yours, Peter, for your update.
All right. Thank you. Hi, good morning, Coldwell Banker George. Happy Chinese New Year. Gong Hei Fat Choi, and literally means that hopefully you will make a lot of money for the year of the dragon. Well, I hope the 2024 will be a better year than 2023. Hoping for the Fed to lower the interest rates, but somehow the Fed is having a second thought now. They're looking at the data, saying that the economy is doing pretty good, and inflation has not gone to the level that they're hoping for, which is 2%. So they're not sure whether they will reduce the interest rate by 25 percentage points in March. But that's not for sure. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully, they will reduce the interest rate, because we desperately need it for the real estate industry. Anyway, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Today, I want to share with you on the topic of independent contractor. Now, as you know, most of you. Actually, all the real estate agents here in Coldwell Banker George are independent contractors. Independent contractor has a really kind of a rocky history, and it used to be that everybody almost, if you're doing your own business, you qualify for the independent contractor. And then the IRS find out that they have a lot of loopholes on the independent contractor, so they kind of tighten it a little bit. In fact, in 2020, they have definitive guidelines. So after that, then most of the professional, like the lawyers, CPAs, and architects, and those people that if you're working for a firm, or you're working for the hospital, or things like that have has a big group doing the conducting the business, then the people who are associating with that, even though they are professional, they will not be qualified as independent contractors. So most of the professionals has lost the status of independent contractor already. But luckily for California, the real estate agents still can preserve their independent contractor status because of the California law, and because in California, because of the Assembly Bill 5 back in 2020, they codified it so that you know, if the individual has a real estate license, and if the compensation is based on the output rather than the hours worked, and if they have a written contract between the individual licensee and the broker, then they will be qualified as an independent contractor. So so it's lucky that in real estate industry, all the agents were able to preserve their independent contractor status. However, something happened last year, and then the U.S. Department of Labor has come up with new rules in the federal level. So what they did is, you know, they came up with the new rules by the Department of Labor, and they employ they employ the what they call the totality of the circumstances rule or test to determine whether an agent is an employee or independent contractor. And this federal law is effective next month, March the 11th, 2024. So what is the totality of circumstances test? Well, basically is that, well, it depends. You know, they are not telling you whether you qualify for independent contractor or not right offhand, but they said that, well, if you look at these factors, and if all the factors, you know, is pointing to the fact that that the agent's economic reality is depending on the potential employer for work, then the worker is an employee. But if the factor shows that the worker is a business for themselves, and then the worker will be an independent contractor. So, but this totality of the circumstances is very ambiguous. You know, is no definitive rule and saying that, hey, you are definitely qualified for independent contractors or not. So they leave a lot of gray areas in this test, and you know, it only benefits the lawyer because you know, when you have a doubt that whether you become, if they challenge you as an independent contractor, you have to go to court and let the court decide, and the courts will employ the totality of a circumstances test to determine in a federal level whether that you know, you are qualified as an independent contractors. So you know, it's not wholly a good news for our, you know, our agents, because then you know the state of independent contractor will be up in the air again. So if there's any specific guidance in the new regulations that relate to the real estate industry, the answer is no, because the Department of Labor said that you know, each individual industry has their own circumstances, they have own facts, and it's not you know, across the board kind of determination. So even if if you think that is you qualify for independent contractor, it does not it doesn't guarantee you the status. They have to go to individual industry and find out what's the facts underlying the employment. So so you know, even if you have a independent contract, it doesn't mean anything, you know. So eventually you just have to be determined by the totality of circumstances test, and that puts a lot of uncertainty on a lot of things. So you know, anyway, we'll see how it evolves. You know, I'm sure that you know, if they encounter some kind of difficulty, they will have to clarify it either in the state law or amendment of the federal laws. Okay, so right now, what is the practical advice for brokers to ensure that the agent is an independent contractor? So in terms of the broker's execution, the broker shall not restrict or dictate the agent's activity with regard to hours, open houses, opportunity to do the floor or production or or sales meetings or schedule. In other words, you want the agents to have the flexibility on all the work. You know what, you cannot require them to come in 9 to 6 or you know, every day, and then you know you have to report it to your supervisors and things like that. And so that, you know, in order to qualify for independent contractor, you have to let the agents have the flexibility. And then the agents shall not be required to accept any assignment by the brokers to service a particular listing or client. So that the client has the ability to choose their own client or to see whether or not they will serve this particular clients. And also the agent shall pay for their own advertising, lead generations, space rental, office supplies, and a lot of other things. And also they have to pay the MLS fees and COSA fees and whatnot. And the broker should not impose any costs on the agents. And then an agent should be able to engage in the marketing, advertising, and any other effort to expand their own business. And the broker should not interfere with that. And each agent can, of course, negotiate for the commissions, you know, charged to the clients. And actually, after the lawsuit, Burnett versus NAR, this is even more important, that the negotiation of the commission should be more transparent, and it should not be dictated by the broker, because that's a violation of the independent contractor rule, as well as the lawsuit that NAR lost. So that is very important. And also brokers should consider limiting the term of the independent contractors agreement, you know, so the agreement should not be without any deadline or expiration date. Usually should be about 5 years or less. Now, so what if the broker follow all this practical advice, all this, you know, all these things that I just mentioned? Would that guarantee the agent to be an independent contractor under the federal law? The answer is no, because the new rules use the totality of circumstances test, which means that it all depends on the facts underlying the circumstances. So there's no one factor or set of factors that is controlling. You still have to evaluate all the factors and make sure that the outcome is pointing to the economic independency of the agents, and then they will qualify to be independent contractor. And in California, yes, you know that all the agents has to work under the brokers, and that is a potential violations of the federal independent contractor rules, because that means that they are under the supervision, the control or the supervision of the broker, and they don't have the kind of flexibility that is common in their independent contractor status. And if there's, I'm sure that there will be conflicts between these laws, and especially with the DLE regulations, and just because of this introduction of the federal laws on the independent contractors, we might have, or the real estate industry or DLE may have to alter the practices in the future, and to be in compliance with this through the laws. So you know, the CAR cautions that there will be a lot of things coming out to kind of clarify the independent contractor status in the real estate industry. So I can give you an example of conflict. You know, this is very common in a real estate brokerage, that they have a team. You know, they work as a team. So, but the thing is that they're working as a team. kind of inherently in conflict with the flexibility and in the autonomy of being independent contractors, because the team leaders can orchestrate all the deals. They come together, and then the team leaders will kind of send the deals to the individual members, and there's a mandatory participation or the regular meetings from the team efforts, and use the office memo for communication, use the company's resources as a team effort, and then using the group insurance for the team, and also the team members only working in one place. So all these in the potential violations of the totality of the circumstances. And so, when you're working as a team, there potentially the IRS or the federal, the DOJ, Department of Department of Labor, DOL, will notify the independent contractors status. So what is it such a big deal? Okay, so what is the advantage of being an independent contractors? Well, there's a lot, quite a bit of advantages of being an independent contractors, because first of all, some flexibility. You don't have to work 9 to 5, and you can work on your own time, and then you don't have to be reporting to the boss. And secondly, you have the tax benefit. You can make out expense plans to deduct all the expenses, and that's the most advantage of being an independent contractor, because you can deduct almost all of your income as expenses, because you can set up your own 401k. You can have a lot of expenses that are not available for being an employee, because when an employee, what can you deduct? It's limited. And thirdly, you have a higher earning potential, because you can charge your own fees, right? And also you can have more clients and projects available to you, and you have autonomy. You can make your own decisions. You can do whatever you want, and you don't have to listen to your boss. And then do you have a potential for business ownership as well? This is probably a stepping stone for you to set up your own business, and and get your business expansion. Now, what is the disadvantage of being an independent contractor? There are several too disadvantages. The first one, most critical one, is the irregular income. So you're not guaranteed the income to a monthly salary. Maybe 1 year you make 500,000 commission, but the next year you have zero. And it's possible. And I'm sure that a lot of agents, their incomes fluctuates from year to year. So the irregular income, can make a toll on your livelihood of the real estate agent, and also the lack of benefits. Some of the employments have a lot of benefits, like pay vacation, pay sick pay, and disability insurance and things like that. And the third one is the self-employment tax. As you know that you have to pay the FICA, which is 14.75%. And if you are a W-2 employee, employer will pay half of it. Then you don't have to pay the half of the self-employment tax. But if you are independent contractor, you have to pay the full 14% up to a certain limit. Okay. But after that limit, you don't have to pay for the self-employment tax anymore. But nevertheless, the 7.65% is can be a lot of money. And also you have a limited legal protections, because you are not under the labor laws, and you have you may not be eligible for like the workman's compensation benefit or protection under certain the labor laws. So And also you have no job security, you know, you can be fired anytime. And then, you know, maybe one time you have a good, you have a job, but then the next day you will not have the job anymore. So the job security is quite important too. And also the last one is the administrative burden. Now you do have to keep track of your income and expenses for the as being an independent contractor, not like that being a W-2, and all you have to do is get the W-2 at the end of the year and report the tax. But being an independent contractor, you have to do the administrative work all year long. So those are the disadvantages of being an independent contractor. But all in all, I think it's still the advantages of being an independent contractor outweigh the disadvantage of being an independent contractor. That's why a lot of people wants to be an independent contractor because of the advantages. Okay, but we'll see how it evolves, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of clarification coming through. But nevertheless, the federal law is going to be effective March the 11th of this year, which is next month. Okay, so keep what I say, stay tuned, and we'll have more updates as that comes through. Okay, so I'll stop the sharing now, and if there's any questions, please ask me now. Pretty clear? Wow.
No questions for
No
Peter?
question?
All right, I'm looking at the chat too. It doesn't look like we have any questions there. All right, well, that concludes our meeting for this morning. Thank you guys for
Oh,
attending.
wait, Peter,
Yeah.
Peter, as of right now, so we're classified as
Yes.
1099 status?
Yes, you are still an independent contractor.
Okay, and then
Until
March,
otherwise. Hmm?
so March the 11th, is that when we're gonna find out?
March 11th, the law will kick in, but then, it doesn't mean that when it kick in, it will nullify your independent contractor's status. It's just that, in order to be clear, you have to go through the 6 factors of the totality of circumstances. That means that it gives the lawyer or the Department of Labor for any challenges, if they think that you are not qualified being an independent contractor. But right now, all the agents in California are okay because they specifically carve that as an exception. Most of the professionals cannot be independent contractor anymore, but real estate is one of the exceptions.
Okay, thank you.
So you don't have to
Thank
worry
you.
about it. Don't let me over alarm you, okay? But I just want to keep up with the laws. That's all.
Yeah, I read this and I wasn't sure if March we were gonna be changed, but there
No.
is no status yet.
No, you won't be. You still be the independent contractor, and until you get challenged. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Any more questions?
That's it. Gong hei fat choi, gong si fat sai. Bye, everyone.
Make a lot of money. Don't worry about being
That's
a
right.
independent
Make lots of
contractor or
money.
not, okay?
I'm here for you. Have a good one.
Okay.
All
Take
right.
care.
Well, thank you, Peter, for your update. And that concludes our meeting for this week. Remember, next week, we do not have a meeting on Monday, so we'll see you the following week, okay?
Right.
That's
Have
right.
a-
But
All right,
I'm
thanks so much,
working.
Peter. All right.
All right, guys.
You're working? Okay.
I'm working.
All right.
I work every day.
Take
All
care.
right.
See you
Bye.
guys. Have a nice week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.